5 reasons you're not in your feminine energy. I've coached thousands and thousands of women, guys. Okay, stick around for number 5. It's the most important. If you feel like you're not in your feminine energy, which I talk to a lot of women every day who are definitely not, here's some sort of traps to avoid, which is making it harder. It's making it harder to really be successful, okay? Number 1, some reasons you're not in your feminine energy. Number 1, your environment. Your environment is stressful. It's not conducive to success. It's taking you out of your feminine energy. It's making you feel crazy and stressed and toxic and just not very comfortable. It's exacerbating fear and insecurity and making your life harder. It's taking away from your joy. It's taking away from your peace. Your environment is of the utmost importance. You got to work on your environment a lot. If your house is a mess, your mind's going to be a mess. If your fridge is a mess, if your pantry's a mess, if your cupboard's a mess, if your desk is a mess. I'm not the neatest, but if you're a complete mess and everything's very messy and chaotic, your energy is going to be as well. Okay, so it's very important you take your time with your environment and make sure you're doing it well. It's very, very important. Okay. Number 2, the second reason why you're not in your feminine energy is you're allowing your past to negatively affect your future. Very, very bad to do. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching have had a fairly tumultuous, toxic type negative. Some of you guys are even disturbing your past. It's just absolutely just disgustingly bad, which I'm sorry to hear if you have a bad past, but don't let your past ruin your future. If you have a really, really bad past, let's leave it in the past, okay? If you're constantly going over it all the time, how could that happen to me? Oh, my ex cheated on me, this bad happened, I can't believe how unlucky I am, and all these bad things that happen, all these bad people. You're allowing negative things from your past to negatively affect your future. You gotta leave it in the past. You gotta give yourself some reassurance. That stuff doesn't matter anymore. It's not a big deal. Let's leave it in the past. Leave it in the past. That's really one of the keys. Number 3 is your work, okay? One of the reasons which a lot of women aren't in their feminine energy is the workplace they work in isn't conducive to it. So there's a lot of jobs women do which takes them right out of their feminine energy. Heaps. Now that I look at it, most jobs take women out of their feminine energy. It's a very unique workplace where it allows you to be comfortably in your feminine energy. Most jobs will put so much pressure and stress on you and make you do things which naturally aren't in your feminine energy. It's going to be hard to be in your feminine energy. It is possible to do a masculine job and be feminine, but it's hard. It takes a lot of practice. I suggest if your workplace isn't conducive for you being in your feminine energy, you're better off choosing a workplace which is naturally easier and feels good for you to be in your feminine energy, because it's going to be quite a lot easier for you to be feminine. So choose a better workplace, okay? It's worth it because it's going to, if you're working in a bad workplace, it's going to deteriorate your mindset really bad, even if the money's good. I've done jobs before where the money's good, but it's so bad. The bosses are so mean. Don't waste your time. Okay, find jobs where you can feel good within your own skin. You got a good mindset and you can be in that good feminine energy. It makes a big difference. So we've got environment, we've got the past, we have your workplace. It's a big one. It's a really, really big one, okay? Self-care, pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. If you're not looking after yourself, if you're not filling up your own cup, it's gonna be empty and you're gonna be a mess, okay? If your cup's empty, what do you have to give to anybody else? How can you be joyous to other people if you're not looking after yourself? How do you fill up your own cup? I'm gonna tell you, ice baths. You gotta do an ice bath minimum once a week. Minimum once a week, girls, minimum, okay? You gotta exercise. Lots of physical exercise all the time, okay? You gotta eat well, obviously. Eat well, cut down on alcohol. Once a week alcohol, max. Eat really healthily, okay? So you feel good. All right, lots of good protein, stuff like that. As well as that, make sure you feel good in your own skin, okay? And get a massage, do your skin treatments, put nice makeup on, all the normal girl stuff you guys like to do, the pedicures, the manicures, whatever, right? Do that stuff, do that self-care stuff. It's gonna make you feel better. It's gonna make you feel proud to be a woman. It's gonna make you feel more feminine. So that all makes a massive difference. Self-care. Also walking in nature. Take your shoes off, go for a walk in the grass. Go down to the lake, go down to the beach. Doing those things, that's a form of self-care. It's gonna fill your cup up and it's gonna allow you to reset your feminine energy so you can be more feminine. That helps a lot, okay? So we have our environment, we have the past, we have your workplace, we have self-care, and number 5, guys, the most important thing you can do, which pulls women out of their feminine energy, is people you spend time with, okay? If you date a guy who's in his feminine energy, you cannot be in yours. Your life's gonna be a complete mess, okay? If you find a masculine man who's a good leader and ambitious and decisive and protective, he will allow you to be in your feminine energy and it'll be way easier and you'll feel better about it. So that's really one of the keys there, okay? Who you surround yourself with. A lot of you guys have very toxic mothers, right? If your mother is super mean and super critical and saying very nasty, criticizing things to you, how are you gonna be in your feminine energy? You're gonna feel terrible about yourself, okay? Get rid of people who drag you down. Get rid of people who are toxic. Get rid of people who make it harder for you to be feminine. Hang around people who make it easier. Choose friends and family members who make it easier for you to be feminine. Your partner should make you more feminine, okay? If there's anyone in your life which makes it harder for you to be in your feminine energy, go on a diet from that person, delete them, talk to them. You've got to do something, okay? Because it's just, you're making it way, way, way harder for yourself, okay? Guys, follow this stuff that I talked about. I know this has been a quick video. Try to follow this stuff, write it down, follow it. Being in your feminine energy is your superpower. It's gonna make a big difference, okay? If you haven't done so, guys, you can go to my website, get a copy of my book. My audio book's $20, so you can get a hard copy book, it's the same. Get a copy of the book. The first chapter, masculine and feminine energy. I know you guys love masculine and feminine energy. It makes a huge difference. Study the book. If you need more help, book on a call. I'm here to help, guys. My purpose in life is to help as many of you guys as possible achieve a 10 out of 10. I'm here to help. Please like, subscribe, comment on the video. See you guys.